Hello? No, you got the wrong number. Yeah, but ain't no Thelma here, man. I'm coming! What? Man, ain't no Thelma here. What? Ain't no fucking Thelma here, man. Look, the bitch don't live here. Fuck you too. Ah, shit. Fuck. Ah.
Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Lorenzo. This is Felix, and you are watching the Indie Comics Wednesday live stream that is brought to you this week, as it is every week, by the Alternative City Shop. The Alternative City Shop is where you'll find comic books, t-shirts, and some one-of-a-kind artwork by yours truly. There are indie and superhero mystery boxes filled with comics from my collection. There are also pins and pocket mirrors made from images cut from superhero comic books. There is no YouTube sponsorships or Patreon for this show, so if you want to show your support, This is how you do it. Oh, this guy learned how to press the buttons on the machine here, so he's just going nuts. Yeah, you come to think of it, just a friendly reminder that there's original artwork also on the Alternative City Shop. For instance, these three custom comic book covers that I've done. One from Universal Monsters Dracula, and the other from The Monster and the Wolf, and the other one, which is Invincible Universe Battle Beast #1. So I'm also putting up very soon some lower priced items, original artwork, like I used to call them ACEO cards. Or basically, they're just like artist cards and things like that. These little like sports card size things. What are you chewing my cord here? Don't do that. So look out for those. I'll let you know as soon as I get those up. I got a couple of them finished already, but I don't want to jump too soon. So there you go. All right, so yeah, it's me and this little troublemaker against the world today. God bless our friend Phil from Phil's Treehouse. Not feeling so good today. Let's send some love and some good wishes to him. Hopefully he's feeling better soon. Shout out, Phil. We love you, man. It's a wonderful man that Phil. He's a good guy. And let's see who's in the chat right now, actually. Let's get right to that as I inspect Felix's butt. What's up, TN? That's my other co-host, TN. Got my dinner. Hey, that's what you need, brother. Yes, Sam, and hey, good to see you. Good to see you as always. And here's Dan. Dan, how are you doing? Watching the NBA playoffs. My Detroit Pistons are in it. Oh, good for you. My Chicago Bulls are just trash. And they just fired everybody as they needed 2 years ago. Billy Donovan, the only one that didn't need to be fired, he stepped down out of courtesy to the next ownership group. But go Pistons. Good luck to them. Yabba dabba doozy. And you're getting into trouble there. Stop that. Just come on over here. Don't chew on things. Yabba dabba doozy, my friend there, Damien. How are you, sir? How are you doing? Good to see you. You got class tonight? Are you playing hooky, or your class is over now? Just curious. And there's crazy ass Larry, the DJ on the Quiet Storm, and that guy that loves his tea, and I love my tea too. I'm sticking to that hibiscus right now. I could use some caffeine today, but I'm not approved for it. So herbal tea it is. Just looking at y'all. What's that, Damien? I picked up 23 comics and 2 hardback graphic novels at my shops today. Possibly an all-time new comic book day record for me. Good for you, man. And so you'd be like some of the rest of us and just clocking your closets up with new comic books. But I know you got plenty of books and you got some good stuff there. And you and Phil have kind of like backed off from the every Wednesday thing, which is I'm working toward, believe it or not. But what are you going to do? What else we got here? And the lovely Janet. How are you, my dear? My partner, my best friend. Where you going, Felix? You get mad at me now. You can't mess everything up. So that's all we got for now. But you know what? That's great. I love you guys. So glad to see everyone here. And this is basically a comic book show, and by extension, an indie comics show. But I like to dabble in the real world every once in a while, just because we live in the real world. I like to keep a foot in the real world, just so I know what's going on. I know if the stormtroopers are coming to kick the door in or whatever. Just going to keep an eye on stuff, So in that same vein, let's talk about this here. Today, if you don't know, is Earth Day. Earth Day. I think I went to the very first Earth Day back when I was in, I think, 7th or 8th grade. That was the very first Earth Day. That was like that was before they even had Earth shoes. And I remember going to my class and we were like marching and doing our little protest thing like we did when there was a Kent State thing. We thought we were just like, we were just doing all that, So Earth Day, it's all about the environment. It's all about keeping this, this planet safe and not messed up from everything. And there was this company called Allbirds. I don't know if some of y'all wore the Allbirds shoes or not. They're not the most trendy, well-known things out there. And actually, the brand is going under. They were popular once because they were making their shoes out of recycled, sustainable materials. And truth be told, this is an example of one of them. This is, not the most attractive shoe in the world, but they're very comfortable. This is like a wool sneaker that they made. I like the wool one because they're warm. You can wear them year round. Believe it or not, they don't get too hot because my feet get cold. And they are very well manufactured. They're not flashy, like I said, or anything like that. But now I guess this is my second pair. I had the first pair for like about 3 years, and they finally started to wear down the heels. But I've had these pair for like almost as long, maybe 2 years, going on 3 now. And it's probably my last pair I want to get because, they're not making stuff like that anymore. What they're doing instead is Allbirds is now in the AI business. I mean, repositioning themselves not as Allbirds, but as New Birds or something like that. I don't know. I can't really see this because it's like this is a paywall behind this on the Wall Street Journal, which is owned by Rupert Murdoch, one of the most evil men in the world. But it's hard to find the story without getting a bunch of commercials and stuff like that. But you get the idea. These guys, they from making sustainable shoes made from natural products into making the most horrible thing on earth, which is data centers to make more AI. So you talk about a heel turn. It's one of those. Yeah, I know, right? Talk about, going from one end to the other, all that, earth-friendly stuff. Screw that. Forget about all that, money. Let's jump on this, this gold rush, that's going on right now. The rush to build all these AI data centers now is just breaking all records. Everybody wants to do AI. And they're just doing it so they can get like money to invest in the AI. Everybody's going AI crazy right now because, it's just the wild, wild west with that shit. Allbirds are rebranding itself as New Bird AI, focusing on providing AI compute infrastructure and acquiring high performance graphics processing units. That's why you can't get any damn RAM now, because all these places are being built, taking up all the RAM. RAM is like as much as gold now. You can't get RAM for your computers because, you got to have them so you can like do all kinds of awful shit with it, So this is a story. What I'm leading up to is this. What we get from companies like Allbirds becoming, New Birds or whatever the hell it is, New Bird AI, we weren't in the AI business before, but trust us, bro. Trust us, give us money. You go from that to this. Brace yourself.
An Iranian.
One.
An Iranian.
I hear your request for prayer. Break. Father God, I lift my dear friend Krista before you. Breaking.
For $1.99 per minute, the tech company Just Like Me is taking having a personal relationship with Jesus to new levels.
The psalmist says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want."
Users of the platform can join video calls with an AI-generated Jesus that remembers previous conversations.
This is not a replacement for human connection. At the same time, people are spending so much time in the social world just scrolling.
It's part of a larger boom of AI tools designed with religion in mind, from AI Jesuses to Buddhist priests like this one.
Emmy is supposed to be a Zen friend, someone who helps human beings in their Zen practice.
I tried Just Like Me's AI Jesus, first asking it a simple question. How many books of the Bible are in the New Testament?
The New Testament contains 27 books.
Then I made it a little more complicated. Is AI going to take our jobs?
The scriptures remind us that every skill is a gift from God. He calls us to be faithful stewards of those gifts. Seek wisdom and prayer as you navigate changing seasons.
But when I asked it to pray for me, things didn't go quite as smoothly.
May you give her peace that passes all understanding. Break. Guide her steps with your loving light. Break. Deep breath, may she feel hope surrounding her. Breaks. May the Holy Spirit gently calm her mind now. Brace.
But for some of these apps, there's been more than a few glitches.
So there's been issues already with using these kinds of not just generic Jesus GPTs, but other versions as well, where they give misinformation and disinformation out. There's been concerns about data privacy.
I hear your request for prayer. Break. Father God, I lift my dear friend Krista before you. Breaking.
For $1.
Okay, you get the idea. All right, so yes, AI Jesus is creepy AF. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Dan, welcome back. Surprise! AI Jesus welcomes you. AI Jesus loves you, my friend. Oh my God, where did I begin with that? There's just there's just so much to take apart there. AI Jesus is looking more like a slightly brown James Franco. It's just like James Franco Jesus. What should I do? What direction should I take my life in? You know, I am not a very religious person, to be honest. You know, full disclosure. I believe in God, but I don't do any organized religion whatsoever. If you want to do it, God bless. You know, you want to do that, that's your thing. I have no problem with organized religion, just not for me. I could talk to you about my beliefs and all that, but that's not what's up right now. This is what's happening because praying is free, folks. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Praying is free. You don't need an app or a fake ass Jesus generated by a bunch of servers poisoning the earth and the air around you to pray and charge you $1.99 a minute to do so, and then just start giving you like all kinds of gobbledygook like .break because it's like not perfected yet. But hey, bring that money in, folks. So I just, if you didn't hate AI before, here's your chance now. So all right, just so y'all know, just in case that you weren't aware of that, I thought I'd bring that up. You're welcome. All right, so now we talked about that a bit. We can do the comics thing. Yeah, I just was this. They're going to have to lighten up Jesus. Well, they kind of darkened James Franco and made him into Jesus. So that's probably what that. Because AI just pulls on everything from from reality. It just steals other stuff and just makes it its own. So it's the best you can expect from something like this. And somewhere there's somebody who's going to just fall for this hook, line, and sinker, which is just the saddest thing in the world. But hey, it is what it is. So there you go. All right. So I did go to the comic shop today, and I picked up a few things. I remember where I put them. There we go. Here we go. It's a strange world we live in, I should say. We're still living in it, alas. One of the things, my microphone is just like running away from me. I got this ash can that I guess is out now. I've seen, I think I heard people talk about this, and I've seen the trailer for it. And whenever it comes out, there's a good chance it might be one of the penultimate books or a penultimate books. You'll see. This was a ash can for If Destruction Be Our Lot. I've not had a chance to read it yet, but it has an interesting look to it. And on the flip side of that is a thing called Odin, which is a James Tynion thing that he's writing with Marguerite Bennett. And I haven't even heard of that, so we'll see. So we're looking forward to that. James T is all over the place. I got the second printing of the new history of the DC Universe, the Dakota Incident. Maybe I'll finally read that now. I've got the second printing. There's too much brightness on the edge of town. A little bit better. That white on yellow, not so great. And apparently I was behind on the Arcadia series. So I got issues numbers 2 of Arcadia, number 3 of Arcadia, and number 4 of Arcadia. So I guess I can catch up on Arcadia now. I did kind of like it though, you know. And also the penultimate issue of Exquisite Corpses, number 12. I'm a couple behind on this, but I can catch up in no time, most likely. This is not the A cover, is it? Or is it? Oh, it is cover A. It looks kind of weird, though. It's kind of like one of those covers that has the card enclosed with the bag, but it's not. Capes number 6 is out. Capes is this is the last issue of the previously released artwork that they had refashioned into this new series. So the next issue of Capes will be number 7, which is going to be brand new, spanking new. Brand spanking new. Somebody died in here. I don't want to know who. I'm 2 issues behind on that too, so I don't want to spoil it on that. And Kaito number 2, Kaito 84. This is the new Yoshigi Yojimbi. I keep messing it up. I'll get it right. Usagi Yojimbo. Usagi Yojimbo. I think this is the Stan Saki cover. He's the creator of the character, but he's not really driving this this new series. And the last barbaric book I'll ever buy. I mean, I like the series now, but it's kind of like, you know, Minor Threats. Okay, just ease up off the gas pedal a little bit. I need a break from you guys. Okay, how can I miss you and never go away? Just to stop making the whole barbaric thing for a minute. Just I mean, if it was the only book I was getting a month, it'd be fine. But it's like every time I turn around, it's a new barbaric series. So give my brother a break. Lands Unknown number 2. This is the Skinless Man, Tales from Lands Unknown. This is by Ben Steinbeck and Dave Stewart. This is from the I guess the Hellboy universe, I guess. One of those this is definitely I think Mike Mignola has his own thing over there where he's doing a bunch of Hellboy books. This is the last issue was these travelers came to this witch's house and she was telling this story. And I guess this picks up from that issue. It's only a 2-issue series, so I love a 2-issue series. You know, only thing better than a 2-issue series is a one-shot. You all know, in my opinion. And last thing I picked up from the shop today is something that I didn't really plan on picking up, but I guess it was a game time decision. And I had seen it in the previews, but I don't know much about it. It's a kind of a slice of life book, self-published, published by Revival House Press by a guy named Ted May, and it's called Brownfield Action Family number 1. And it just kind of got my attention a little bit by, you know, the whole, I guess the whole indiness of it. You know, it's a little bit of a Dan Clowes inspired kind of a style there, only in black and white. In the AF, which is right up my alley. And we'll see how that turns out. Also some other stuff, thinking outside the long box. Yeah, man, you know it. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, man. I'm so, I mean, we're right on the same page as far as that goes, Dan. Right on the same page. Oh. I have to thank you, Lorenzo, and your guests for thinking outside the box. Everything is not just DC and Marvel mags. It's like my new favorite publisher. Yeah, and Marvel is like, okay. Yeah, I just have to, you know, I mean, nothing wrong with reading Marvel and DC. I mean, I got so much Marvel, especially Marvel in my past. But the new Marvel is just not for me as much, I think. And speaking of the old Marvel and stuff like that, I got some things I wanted to. I don't have a lot of like fancy big name books. You know, I don't like, you know, I don't have not low key flexing with my collection in the back. They're all graded and looking nice and everything. But I do have a few things that I keep stashed away, and every once in a while I like to pull them out. One of them, I was thinking about sending some of this to CBCS to get graded. I just thought, nah, I already know that these are legit signatures, and I don't really care if someone just verifies them or not, because these are my collection, and I don't really need that verification. I know that either I witnessed them signed or I trust the person who got them signed. This one I actually witnessed signed at a mall somewhere in Chicago years ago, probably back in '99. Batman Beyond #1. This was signed by Rick Burkett, who was the artist on Batman Beyond, on the Batman Beyond comic book. The other guys were there too, but they didn't work on this book, so they couldn't sign it. But it did sign like this. What is this thing? Oh yeah, this thing here. Yeah, Paul Dini, Alan Burkett, and someone else signed this, like this little. I was looking. It was like a DC shop or like a fan shop, and I was looking for something that I could have all of them sign. Like, what the hell? I didn't bring a book that they all worked on, so I just bought this little folder, and they signed this for me. So I got all their signatures too on that one. That's kind of fun. That Batman Beyond is in pretty good shape too, and that's a book that is hard to find in high grade, because I think they made it really trashy out of really trashy paper. Surprise, surprise! Marvel made books out of bad paper back in the '90s. This one is one of my favorites. This is Amazing Spider-Man. I want to say volume 2 or 3, number 36, the World Trade Center issue with the black cover. This one I got signed in Toronto. Yeah, this was in Toronto at one of those cons in Toronto by John Romita Jr. And this was back in the day before you had to buy 10 different tickets to come into the presence of the artist, and they were just there. They would sign whatever you put in front of them. And now they've got the gatekeepers there making sure that everybody gets their cut. And my man just signed this book for me, like no charge, and just threw a doodle on there. Like, thank you so much, sir. This is very, very cool. I appreciate you. That's why people talk about John Romita Jr. and I have nothing bad to say about him. This man was just a prince of a man when I met him, and he just did that for me. So okay, I ain't gonna say nothing about this man, because he's a good guy. If you don't like his art, just don't buy it. And not only that, but I had another person I know go to, I think it was somewhere in Florida, probably at the MegaCon that's in Orlando. And I took this. This is my first issue of Amazing Spider-Man that I ever bought myself. This isn't the actual issue, but it is the issue. There's a one very much like it. Number 64, where he's fighting the Vulture. And you can see right there, there's a very nice John Romita Senior signature in the swoosh behind the Vulture. And man, that what are you going to do? I got Senior and Junior, and they ain't making no more seniors signatures. So I'm very fortunate to have that. And this one is like probably from a Dollar Bin or something, but from some definitely a series people don't know much about. Crimson Plague #1 by Event Comics. And this is signed by George Perez and a young lady who I guess they had her cosplaying the lead character in this story. Dina, some person I don't remember, but definitely a George Perez. There's a lot of George Perez signatures out there because he signed a lot of stuff, but this is the only one I have, I think. So that's cool. And Flash, this is kind of a meh issue, but it's in pretty decent shape. And this is, I think, the same convention that J.R. Senior was at. The same person had Carmen Infantino signed this one for me. The number 350, Goodbye Flash, double-sized issue of that issue of Flash. You can see Carmen signed it on that lady's face right there, with a gold marker. Ain't making no more Carmen Infantino signatures either. So That's very cool. A man that was thrust into the leadership of DC just by being the last man standing. You know, who was that they fired? They fired. I can't remember. They fired someone and said, "Hey, how about you? We make you the editor in chief." Okay. This is like one from the Transformers. This is Dreamwave. Remember the Dreamwave Transformers? A long, long time ago, like in the I don't say the 90s. The entire creative team on that one signed that one for me also. From Pat Lee and Roger Lee. I guess Dreamwave was their company. I remember getting this signed in person too. I mean, I know I have some that this has a certificate on the back, but I thought I remember I got this signed in person, but I can't really tell. Doesn't really matter. And coming on down the last couple of pieces here. This is a guy, I don't remember much about Todd DeZago. I remember Mike Wieringo, who worked on the FF for a while. Him and Todd DeZago had a series called Telos, and they were at this show in Michigan at the Motor City Con in Michigan. And it was like one of those panels, and not a lot of people showed up. And we just sat around and just talked to those guys for like an entire hour, and they were just very cool about it. And they signed everything I had. And this is one of the things that Wieringo signed. Mike Wieringo, another one of those guys, gone way too soon, man. He was, I forget what got him, but he passed away in his 30s or something, young man. This one is Jim Steranko, Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 7. With the Salvador Dali melting cover. This is back when at some point Steranko was not signing books with his name on it. He would only sign books that were addressed to the person you were signing it for. Like, so he had to Lorenzo from Steranko, you know. So okay, I'll take what I can get. So it's my only signature I've got of Steranko. I think I have another one too, of another book that he published himself, one of his self-published books. But now to stand in line to see the great man himself is going to take a long, long time and probably a special ticket. The last thing is this is a reprint, Marvel Milestone Editions. This may have been the same show that I did. I was at a show where Stan Lee was once, but I did not get to sign anything because that was one of those shows where you had to have that was back that they were just like, you know, Stan was like being pimped out by his bodyguards and all those people. It's a terrible story. But this was like before, probably the same time I got the JR Senior book signed and the Infantino. This is a Stan Lee signature way down there in the corner right there. And that's the name of that tune. So that's I could probably get that graded too. But, you know, I know it's real. I know it's legit. My only regret is I don't have a Jack Kirby. If I ever ran into a Jack Kirby, I'd be tempted to pay for it because I don't have a Jack Kirby, and Stan is even Stan is great, you know, in his own way, but Jack to me is more like the heart and soul of old Marvel. So that's it for all that other stuff. What's this in the chat here? This Dan says, it's the same. My friend just got back from WrestleCon Mania weekend in Vegas, and the prices for autograph signs was insane. Yeah, man. I mean, they've ruined everything as far as that goes, you know. Motor City Con. Yeah, I haven't been in so long, but the last time I was there, it was amazing. I go to a con. I haven't been to one in years. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to sound like the old man. You know, some people accuse me of that, but I still go sometimes if there's a creator there I really want to go, or if there's people there that I really want to meet, whether you're in the community or creators. And I know some other people like, hey, well, this guy's going. I'll see you there then. Okay, all right. Or if there's somebody I really want to get something signed. I like catch people on the way up. Like I got a Daniel Warren Johnson signature, and Joel Jones, and David F. Walker. You know, those people are amazing creators, and I was able to get those people to sign, you know, my books for just like, you know, buying some from their table, which is just like, you know, just the way it used to be. So somebody I know is there, but there's gonna be like a big person there, and I'm gonna spend like the one whole day standing in line and doing that's just ruining for me, man. I just I still enjoy the cons, the concept of them, but the pimps are just taking over and just started to just charge us up the yin yang for every little thing, and that's what they do. They take the fun and they monetize it. They take it and put it behind a paywall so they can get a cut. But hey, still go out and and see your friends and enjoy the shows as best you can. But just don't don't fall for the okie doke. Don't believe the hype. What I'm trying to say. All right, so that's all I got for this week as far as that goes. So let's do the what's good for this week. Unless I've forgotten something, which I don't think I have. No. Okay, that's it. I've done my AR rant and all that stuff. So let's just do the what's good. All right. Speaking of good friends in the comic book community, your good friend and mine, Will You Survive, sent me, as I talked about last week, the 1 through 4 issue of the Mask series, because I had not read that before. So, I got a chance to read the first issue. And it's very. I believe it was originally a cartoon first, and then it became a comic book. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was. I'll see those skate man in there. Oh well, man. Sometimes skate man is hard to come by. Brothers like you be digging and finding those gems. So. The Mask series reads very much like a cartoon from that era, like say a G.I. Joe or Hot Wheels or one of those those cartoons based on a toy product or something like that. When opportunity knocks, it looks like the first issue here. Some villain has stolen all the gold from Fort Knox. Oh my God, we gotta get my man. Who's this fella who's the head honcho of Mask, which is like this organization that it has an acronym for. I get what the acronym stands for, but the head honcho of Mask is Matt Tracker, and Matt Tracker is a brave young man, a striking, handsome young fella who's the head of the operation. And he has a flying car, which is just the coolest thing. It's kind of like supercar or some other cars that we have that fly. And it seems like it was written, it's a DC joint. I was surprised. I thought Marvel would probably have this, but DC is the publisher of this, and it's not bad. It's not bad. And at the end, they got a little like still like Herbie the robot, kind of a robot and a kid. Because you got to have either a kid and a dog or something like that, so that the kids can relate to like the story. So it's a cool story. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of it. I've only read the first issue so far, so thanks Willie for sending me this, man. This is good looking out. I want to see how this turns out now. I'll get back to y'all after I finish the whole series. A Mask update, don't you know? All right, so the next book in the What's Good. I don't usually do. I just did a DC, but it's because it was an A-OK. But I don't usually do the mainstream books like DC and Marvel. But I gotta do this. Talk about this because this is not bad. This is the new Lobo with Scotty Young and Jorge Corona. I tell you, Mr. Corona. I mean, Scotty Young does a great job in this too. I mean, his writing is improving. His writing is getting better. I mean, I guess that's why you're getting all the writing gigs now. I mean, he's a cover artist mostly and working on his own his own stuff on his own page, which right on. He does he's found his look, he's found his style, he's found his audience, and he's killing it. So this Lobo here, I don't know a lot about Lobo. I mean, I'm not a big DC guy. I told you I was a Marvel guy back when I was reading the big two. I was more into Marvels. I don't know. I know that he appeared in was it not Next Man, something man number Omega Man. He's one of the Omega Man number, I want to say 3, first appearance. But this this shows a little bit of the background of Lobo's origin for those of us who don't know, and it gives you like a little synopsis to show you where he came from and how he pretty much, more or less, I guess, took out everybody on his own planet, and he's the last remaining of his kind. And it reads up to the present day, where he's on this mission to bring back this bounty. But the last second, he's called by his the person who's paying for the mission. Like, look, abort the mission. Come on back to headquarters. Your contract has been sold. All right, so he's grumble. I wanted to kill somebody anyway because I'm fucking Lobo. He returns, back to his the location that he was given, and he's discovered that he's been bought out. He's now works for the Omni Mega Entertainment Corporation, the largest media conglomerate in all known existence. Basically the end product of capitalism. This is what it wants to be, and it's just like this mega corporation that I guess has hired the most fearsome mercenary in the universe. So now we got nothing to look forward to but him working for these people and just wreaking havoc everywhere. I mean, the thing I love most about this, man, I mean, Scotty is writing. He's hitting his stride as a writer, and I feel like Corona should get like fucking double pay, man, for all the ink and work that he put in. This dude, I mean, both of these guys are in their primes, and they're just doing like crazy good work right now. So this just cannot be ignored. No matter who they're working for. Whatever Scotty Young does, I mean, people are aware of him now. They know his style. They love his style. If you do love that kind of a look, if you don't need like photorealistic art all the time, and I don't personally, but I just know that this guy can draw his ass off, and Scotty Young is becoming a very good writer. So, man, Lobo #1, man, checks all the boxes, and damn, I mean, damn, DC, how much more can you kick Marvel's ass? There you go, Lobo #1, man. This is an amazing book. Then they got Corona doing all those B or C covers. He did one for this. I think I showed it the first time I got it when I got it from my comic shop. So, man, he is killing it. Lobo is the shiznizzle, and I think even with or without the Supergirl movie being a success with that cameo, I think this is here to stay. I can't see it, going away anytime soon. Unless it's a limited series or something. I think it's probably they're testing the water to see if it is going to be a limited series. Yeah, man, it is amazing. You like heroes with irreverence a little bit? Yeah, I do indeed. And he sounded like Wolverine. They're Wolverine of sorts. He gets to do all the dirty shit, and he can still be a hero. He's kind of the anti-hero. So he's not Spider-Man. He's not Superman. He's this guy who's he's a hero, but he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys. Next book is Ice Cream Man #45. This is the Rear Window homage book. This one was by Martin Marazzo and Chris O'Halloran, and W. Maxwell Prince, of course, as the writer. And I just heard that the Ice Cream Man creative crew is going to be doing Dead Man soon. Dead Man is a hero that a character, I should say, that one of the few DC characters I want to know more about. I only know a little bit about him. Boston Brand, I guess, is his secret identity, and he died, and he came back, and he's a ghost, and that is going to be so dope. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be amazing. But anyway, back to this little deal here. This is done obviously in an homage to the movie Rear Window with James Stewart, and the character looks very James Stewart-y, as you might imagine. He has a broken leg he's had for weeks, and he's been, on the mend. He's been sitting and looking out of his rear window, and he started to pay attention to all the neighbors. He's become kind of a busybody. He's kind of living vicariously through these people, and he's checking them out. So, and his girlfriend, who looks a lot like Grace Kelly, who was his girlfriend in the movie. She checks in with him every once in a while, and he witnesses a murder, what he believes to be a murder. And in true Ice Cream Man fashion, it is turned kind of on its head, where he's made to think like, am I going crazy, or is this actually happened? I mean, that element kind of rears its head in the movie, but in here they take it to a whole nother level. And the thing I love about Ice Cream Man is that you can just pick. I've got like most of the run. I don't have number 1, but I have some of the early issues. But out of the 45 issues, I've probably got about 30, 36 or 37 of them. And you can just pick any random issue off the shelf and start reading it, and not have to worry about it, any continuity. And it's pretty much all standalone. Sometimes, once in a while, one will bleed over into the next, and the Ice Cream Man always makes a cameo or somewhere, like on the roof. Right here, you can see the Ice Cream Man is taking care of the crows on the roof, or the man who tends to the birds on the roof. So he'll make this little cameo, but you don't need to know what happened in the previous issue to read one. That's what I love most about this story, and it's very irreverent. It's very it's tongue in cheek, and then it just like sometimes it gets like to the borderlines. It borders on the weird and the just psychotic. So if that's something that might appeal to you, then maybe you should check out Ice Cream Man. Pick up one of the many trades that they have, and you might see if it's for you without having to sub to the series, But the trades are out there from 1 up to the present day. So Ice Cream Man number 45, good as always. Last thing, well, what's good is a blast from the past. Those of you my age and older, that's there. You should check that out, Dan. Rear Window is Rear Window. I saw it in a movie theater. So I've experienced the I was like I was transported back into the 50s or the 40s when it was made. But it's probably somewhere that's streaming it now. I'll bet it may be one of those things they have behind paywall, like It's a Wonderful Life, that they only bust out on Christmas, or you have to have some kind of subscription to. Used to be able to watch it for free, but if you can find it, it's worth a watch. It's a good movie. Last thing is Vampir's Camilla, which is a treat for those of us who like the old black and white horror magazines of the 60s and 70s and up to the 80s too, but that's when they really debuted. And I think a book like this was maybe 75 cents. It's very, very Vampirella-ish. And there's another one that's called Shudder, which is one of their other older titles. And you can actually, the cool thing about this, they have coupons where you can actually order these back issues. That's what we used to be able to do in the day, man. I mean, like the number 1 for Vampir's Camilla is like $20, that's until it sells out, I suppose. But you can actually order these books, and it's just so retro and old school in so many ways. And it's published by they call it Warrant, a Warrant magazine. It's a kind of play on the Warren, who was the publisher of all those all the good black and white magazines like Vampirella eerie, famous monsters of filmland, and creepy. Those are their 4 flagship titles, and there were some knockoffs too that weren't nearly as good. People were trying to like bang them out and try to compete with them, but I remember those just being like, poorly drawn and not as good as some of these. So you get like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories in this this issue here. If you remember how those were, kind of feel like when you were buying these as a kid, like you were getting away with something. Like, because you know that this is black and white, so all bets are off. There's no comics code. There's no censorship. You might see a boob here and there. So you got a bunch of people banging out this stuff. Some artists may do several stories in the book. Maybe one artist may do 1 or 2 stories, and they'll be all the same style, and they all have this, the Vampirella character, the mistress, who is actually named Carmilla in this story. The first one is the Jungle King story, just done more respectfully than they did some of the other jungle stories back in the day. The Barbary Pirates. This one here is like a pirate story. The inking, man, and the different styles of come some semi-nudity here, so brace yourselves. The black and white styles, different styles of black and white work in here. Some are just strictly black, strict blacks inks without any tone or any shading, and some of them are just like a Charles Burns type of style, and you see they're like super bloody. But this is really good stuff. I buy these from time to time, and a lot of times they sell out. These are, they probably have low print runs, I imagine, because it's a $7 book, it's a $6.99 book to print what was once 75 cents. That's what inflation has brought these days. Man, this one and Shudder, and I think there's another one. Shudder is the main one. I think Shudder and this one are the main ones that they have, I think. Now, I don't think there's another one under this publishing house. But those two are keeping alive the whole Warren magazine, black and white magazine kind of a look. So, man, you can, don't mind springing for the $7. Go ahead and check this out, man. This is totally worth your money. That's a cool throwback nod to the trade magazines you could order at the back off of Fangoria. Yeah, man. This is yeah. It is old school. That's kind of my whole thing, actually. I don't see real window in ages, yeah. Ice cream. Did y'all get to have ice cream the other day? This is your ice cream day. I hope y'all have some ice cream. All right, so that's your what's good, folks. Vampir's Carmilla, definitely worth the while as those other books are, and that's what I got so far. All right, so I'm gonna go on and go ahead and show the books for next week's books, if you will. I know you will. I'm going to take a bit of a different kind of a look. I don't normally do previews of mainstream books, but I'm making a couple exceptions, actually, not just one exception, damn it, but a couple of exceptions. And those will be with Zatanna #1, which is going to be completely written and drawn by Jamal Campbell. Right on, Jamal. Go ahead on, your bad self. Superstar Jamal Campbell takes Zatanna's magic to the next level Zatanna Zetara embarks on her greatest tour yet as the newest and first prime magus in millennia. It is now Zatanna's sworn responsibility to oversee the guide to the world of magic. All eyes are on her, not just because she's wearing, like, see-through stockings. How will she accomplish this grand task? How will she shoulder this heaviest of responsibilities? How will she confront the horrors waiting in forgotten histories? With a wink, a flourish, and a whole lot of magic. All-star writer, artist Jamal Campbell's done Superman Zatanna It's Showtime is back for an encore with the Mistress of Magic as she finally gets her ongoing series. Ongoing series. That's right. If anyone deserves an ongoing series, it's Zatanna Zetara. I'm such an underrated character in so many ways. There's the writer, that's the creative crew there, writer, artist, colorist Jamal Campbell, letterer Ariana Mayer, and man, that's a lot of nice covers here, as you might imagine. I can click on this thing here. Running a little slow. This is a very busy time for internet in my area, apparently. 7 o'clock is like when everybody is using the internet, so it's just like it just doesn't want to work right. You get a lot of spinning beach balls and shit. All right. Kuyong Om. That's gorgeous. That's a nice looking cover. And Adam Hughes, one of my guys. Let's see. How long is this? It's going to take to load. Don't have that many pages open. Not my fault. Swear to God. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh my God. This is going to be a thing. This is going to be a thing, isn't it? Jeez. Days later. All right. The mesmeric Mistress of Magic. I love the alliteration. Zatanna. Next level. All in. You name it. This is a great rendition of her. Return Engagement. I love the tuxedo look too. The tuxedo look in the fishnets is just in the top hat is just such a distinctive look for this character. And here's the Jorge Corona, Next Level, that I was talking about. That he's not only just drawing until his fingers bleed on Lobo, but he's also doing these other covers, which are dope. I hope I ordered this. I hope I did. If not, I'll look for it. I'm trying to get as many of those as possible. And there's a Julian Totino Tedesco 1 in 25, which is nice. Comic verse. Sriracha Lynn. I hope so. Oh, this is very anime. Very anime. This is 1 in 25. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a store exclusive. Exclusive. Unknown Comics. Joshua Middleton. And this is a foil. So imagine it as shiny. What happens when you get a run in your fishnets? I mean, it's just done. You just can't rock, fishnets with a run in it. Let's do ghetto. Unknown Comics Sora Sung Virgin variant, which is the nicest one of that bunch. And then there's a bunny rabbit. Very nice. All right, so yeah, this is one of the 2 DC books that I wanted to take a look at. The other one being, wait for it. Let's see. Batman, Wonder Woman, Truth, #1. Huh? What's that about? Looks good. Swamp Thing. There's a story to this Swamp Thing. This is a book that's been around for a minute. Swamp Thing, 1989, #1. Over 3 decades since the controversy and cancellation, Rick Veitch, I think it's Veitch or Vetch. Veitch or I'm going to go with Veitch right now. Rick Veitch's legendary Lost issues are completed. After a renowned 2-year run on the series, Veitch's grand finale to Swamp Thing was cut short and never to see print. Whispers and leaks hinted at the epic untold saga for years. Now, for the first time, that final story is told. As Swamp Thing is cast back through time, he will come to meet a carpenter who will change the trajectory of his life and the DC universe forever. The origin of Etrigan, the demon, and Swamp Thing's journey to the beginning of time starts here. Now, who among the boys and girls out there knows the history of this story of Swamp Thing? Because I did not know it until yesterday when I was kind of quickly given the crash course in it. Be like Wonder Woman, don't wear them. yeah, the bare legs, baby. That's the way to go. Bare legs, I like those better. But the fishnets are kind of cool though. But you gotta give people credit for going through all the trouble of wearing the fishnets, and putting them on without running them in the first place, which is like, you got a hanged toenail or something like that. It's probably going to be a problem. But this is a book that was ready to be published, and for whatever reasons, it did not get published. And those reasons turned out were that Swamp Thing met Jesus. And meeting Jesus was something that the editors of DC would have no part of back in the day. You got to realize Marvel would do the same thing too. There was like I think with Steve Gerber and maybe Jim Stalin, they had a thing with Warlock where maybe he met there was some talk about God or something like that, and they forbid the mention of God. They can have a God, but not the God. So this is what's happening here. This is I want to say it's a 5-issue series, and I would rather wait if they were going to collect it into a trade, and rather than pay like 5 times 5, let's go ahead and get the trade, because I would rather read that. Since it's already it's just something that a lot of people probably want to see, but I would rather just get the trade and ingest it in that direction, in that form. Jesus Christ, yes, literally. Yes, who wants to catch me up on the lore surrounding this title? Yeah, and they explained to him that what I just told you about this whole story. What the fuck? This is like the most important Swamp Thing of all time. Yeah. So yeah, you got my attention on this. And they got some other covers too, but it's not really about the covers here. It's about the content. This is a Michael Zulli variant here for cover B. So I am very interested in this, and now we have AI Jesus. Yes, this is for real Jesus though, not the one that charges $2 a minute to talk to James Franco playing Jesus. All right, so yeah, those two things, those two mainstream books I am interested in this week. All right, coming down the list a little bit more. White Sky #3. Gotta read #2. I want to see if it's still if it kept the same feel as it did from issue #1. I'll make that decision to buy #3 once I see that. Next one is Pharaoh at #22. Glad to see that's still going. Next one we're going to talk about is The Sacrificers, #21. The Sacrificers #21 is the final issue of this wonderful series. And I've been stuck on probably issue #10 for the longest time. And I'm just going to wait until this one comes out and just crash them all and see how it all ends up. This is like an epic series by Rick Remender and Max Fumiera. Final double-length issue. A system built on sacrifice finally meets its reckoning. Beatrice leads the last furious charge on the Sun Palace as Pigeon is forced to choose between his ideology and those he loves most. All debts come due as the victims of a broken world collide with those who broke it in the definitive climax to the smash hit sci-fi fantasy. Bam, bam, bam. 40 pages for $40 for $4. That is it. That is it. And that's so we glad to see it come to an end. I am, because I like finality in my stories. I don't want to see it go on and on and on forever and ever and ever and tell your story and let's move on to another story. This is Andre Lima Arahu, I want to say, variant number 2. Andrew Robinson, wraparound variant. Yeah, I feel like, the pigeon guy came from like nothing. And the flaming haired girl was like the spoiled rich kid, the daughter of the king. And I think they both experience each other's worlds in different ways. And that's all I'll say about that. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but this is if you want to read it and trade, that might be a good way to do it. But check out the first couple of issues and see. I was hooked after the first 2-3 issues. So yeah, I'm glad to see it come to an end. A lot of people down here are bemoaning it, but I'm going to cry seeing this series end. It's been excellent. Yeah, I know. I'm so sad, but we'll find something else. I mean, there's other great work out there somewhere. Let's just move on to something else and reread this from time to time, and it'll all be good. I promise. I guarantee it. All right, next book is going to be this one, which is was very close, very, very close to being the penultimate book. It was in the running. Oh, Thomas, if you might have you may have, as you often do, guessed the penultimate book. You kind of know what's going on in my head a lot. This one is very, very, very short description. It's from Image Comics, Red Roots, number 1. The lives of a professional killer and a high school teacher are bound by a terrifying, mysterious force. That's all I got. Take that, deal with it, run with it. Lorenzo De Felici, writer and artist. Amazing writer. I don't know if I've read anything by him. I don't think so. Sometimes when amazing artists write, not great. I could give a lot of examples, but I feel like this might be something. It might be something because, it's supposed to. The one simple synopsis hooked me. Just shows you don't need paragraph upon paragraph upon paragraph to convince someone to read something. Brilliant, I guess. I mean, but there's something to be said about giving you a little bit more description. But the preview pages of this, I have not seen the preview pages. It looks gnarly as hell. Look at some of the covers in. Some of these covers are nice. Luana Vecchio, one of my favorite creators from Lovesick. I think it was the book that she did. She does a lot of naughty covers too for different books. Kind of like the other lady whose name escapes me right now. Roddy Rossmo, cover C. Jason Howard, like Jason Howard's work. Yeah. And then there's a Mike Mignola. See, you got some good artists doing. That's one thing, unless you get one of these like fly-by-night publishers who are just trying to hire nice cover artists to just hide their shallow and pretty much not so good interior art and story. I don't think that's going on here, but you got this guy here, Felici, who's just like banger. First of all, so I know the artwork's going to be on point if he's doing the whole book. if there's any kind of, I think he wrote this other book called about color, which I can't remember the name of it. Maybe that's the book that he wrote also. I think it was some name that was like Chroma. I think was the name of that. And my guy, Ryan Otley. My guy. Ryan Otley is also doing a cover. So yeah, I'm pulling this. And I bet it won't suck. Might not be great, but I bet it won't suck. It's going to definitely look amazing. Okay. Coming on down the list. Shout out, Phil. Next is going to be, let's see. Where do you want to go next? Energon Universe Free Comic Book Day. A lot of Free Comic Book Day. There's a glut of Free Comic Book Day books in here. They're coming out. Free Comic Book Day is really for new readers. I mean, it's not, something that we should talk about how, what Free Comic Book Day book has gained value. I mean, well, if it gains $1, it's more than what you paid for it. So, some of them, may top out around $4 or $5, depending on how the scarcity of them is, or if there's some key thing in it. But Free Comic Book Day is basically for new readers, and that's just, that's what it is. It's not for. I mean, we already in the bag, all of us. We already hooked. So this is to make the new generation, or a new generation, or just bring in some people who are open to reading books that have pictures in them, and not have to like have a stigma around them, like they're for slow people or something, which is just ridiculous and stupid. I Hate Fairyland is hit number 50. 50. I'm Sally O'Malley and I'm 50 years old. 50. What else we got? Coming on down. Oh yeah, I was looking for Final Boss. Did I pass Final Boss? I don't think I did. Viking Noon, Sam and Twitch still going at 23. That's a good series. Thunder the Barbarian number 3. That is a good series. Best series based on a cartoon out there now. Until we'll see what Mass does. You got a new Nice House on the Lake edition. I wonder if there's going to be anything new in there, in that new Free Comic Book Day version. Did I pass talking all that shit? I may have walked past it. No, I don't think I did. I just didn't get to it yet. Maybe they pulled it since yesterday. Looking for Final Boss. Final Boss. Daily Hands of Kung Fu. Oh yeah, Ted OK number 3. That's been great so far. They should have a Free Comic Book Day version. I don't know, maybe. Gun Honey is another. It's got a Free Comic Book Day. It's a new series, a new chapter in the Gun Honey files. There we go. Final Boss, Masked Vigilante. Final Boss, the Masked Vigilante. From the explosive world of Final Boss emerges its most enigmatic breakout star, the Masked Vigilante. She is the fan favorite, shadowed assassin shrouded in an absolute mystery until now. We dive deep into her origins, uncovering the history of this lethal protector. Meddling with the darkness, she unleashes an arsenal of dangerously crafted weaponry to dismantle a ruthless crime syndicate. Okay. Written by Tyler Kirkman still, with a new artist. So he's not going to be drawing the whole thing like he did with the first Final Boss series. Okay, so he's still writing it. Once again, great artist becoming a writer. Sometimes this works out, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, Final Boss was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great in my opinion, but it wasn't bad. This is Leon Governor. All right. Mario Gully, the creator of Ant. Interesting dude, that Mario Gully. Interesting dude. He's good at drawing butts, that's for sure. Aunt is definitely known for her butt. You hired the right man for that job. I hate team ups. This is Tyler Kirkman. Tyler Kirkham. Tyler Kirkham. Yeah. I'm glad this is. I'm glad I hate Fairyland is still around and kicking. It's a good series. Who is this? Give credit. This is 125. Tyler Kirkham. Okay. I didn't finish that series, so I'm not even up on. I don't even remember the Mass Vigilante. I mean, they hadn't brought her in the first issue, which is all that I read. This is a David Finch. David Finch, another guy that can draw his ass off. David Finch, 1 in 50. Yep, good stuff. And it's a Virgin 100 of the A cover, which is cool. All right, so good enough. Good enough. All right. Wrestle Heist. Wrestle Heist is I think this is the final issue of Wrestle Heist. So that's I haven't finished reading that yet. No, I still got to finish that because I just got number 2. So now I can read number 2, 3, and 4. I'll be ready for number 5 whenever it comes out, which is allegedly next week. This is a book. I'm so glad that it's back. I'm so glad it's here for many reasons. Dust to Dust. One of my favorite books from 2025. Take my word for it because I haven't done my best of 2025 yet, even though it's almost 2026. But this was a really, really, really good book. I think, was it you, TN, that said you didn't care for the sepia tone style? I think that was you that said that. But, other than that, I didn't even mind it because it puts you so much in the mind of the Dust Bowl era. Unexpected help arrives in the beleaguered town of New Hope as the townsfolk struggle against the unmasked force behind the death and horror. The shocking final issue. Now, there have been a lot of delays in this book because, unfortunately, J.G. Jones, I believe, is having some health issues. I think he is fighting bone cancer. He's one of the writers and the artist on this book. So, man, he's been. People were talking about how it's been solicited, and we're hoping it comes out, and we don't know what happened with it. And I guess a lot of people just didn't know that he was struggling with his health, so they were saying like, "Well, this book is another one of these indie books that's not going to finish," and blah blah. But the man is doing his best. He's fighting for his life. So cut him some slack, and he's made an amazing book with this Dust to Dust. J.G. Jones and Phil Bram. I like this a lot, so I hope it wraps it up nicely, and I'm looking forward to it. Good health to Mr. Jones. Hey, Mr. I haven't known to pronounce that. I'm ashamed I don't know how to pronounce that yet. But hey, how you doing? Have you heard the Gentara Chingona Akeem Pink Hammer? First time watching. I saw you last week though. I couldn't pronounce your name last week. So, but yeah, I have not heard of those. No, they sound interesting though. Where are they from? Are they from some the indie titles from some publisher I'm not aware of? Maybe if I lived where a lot of green is, I'd like it. Yeah, like here. There's green here, but not landscape wise. Oh yeah. Well here. Yeah, well here, by here I mean the Pacific Northwest. We got green up the yin yang. We got green. I mean, as our property manager said when we looked at the house, stuff grows here. you might notice things grow here. It's almost like that Stephen King thing from Creep Show. Like it's just Stuff was growing all over you. It just go. I mean, man, turn around and then you're just underneath moss. All indies. Okay, I'll keep my eye out for those. I will keep my eye out for those then. All right. What's next on the list here? I want to look for this thing. Where is it at? Oh my God, Ripcord. TN. There it is. Ripcord. Something that we would not be reading. You and I will not be reading it. Ripcord number 3. No stanky. Warbird. I want to take a look at Warbird from Bad Idea. There's usually some good ideas these days. Warbird, number 0 from Bad Idea. From the minds of blockbuster screenwriter Derek Kolstad, creator and writer of the box office dominating motion picture franchise John Wick, and New York Times best-selling writer Robert Venditti, Superman 78, Green Lantern, and also don't forget about the new smash hit Ordained that he's doing. Comes a white knuckle globe-spanning action/spy thrill ride. Cole is a repo man of the highest caliber, repossessing heavily guarded mega yachts from billionaires, private planes from captains of industry, and everything in between. If it's got an engine, he can drive it, ride it, or fly it straight out from under the nose of any army of guards. But now he's handed the job of a lifetime, the impossible job, one that will bring him face to face with the highest stakes. The Russians have stolen aeronautical military secrets from China, France, Germany, the UK, and the US to Frankenstein together the ultimate bleeding edge, new next-gen, I should say, fighter jet, the Warbird. There are only 3 of them in existence. They are a force of absolute nature, 1.4 billion apiece, dominating every global hotspot from Syria to Ukraine. And Cole's been hired to steal one and destroy the other 2. His fee, 10%, a cool 140 million. But this isn't a repossession job. This is an outright theft. And failure doesn't mean a jail time and fines. It means a bullet to the back of the head. There is no failure. There's no option for failure here. We got Robert Venditti, Derek Kolstad, Jesse Longerhan, and a letter by Taylor Esposito. Yeah. Okay. Only got one cover, and there's one other cover here, which is like a 1 in 20. Frank Quitely is doing the cover here, and he's doing the 1 in 20 version cover here. Looks a little bit like got a little bit of reminds you of a little Steve Austin there. Put you in the mind of the $6 Million Man a little bit. Frank Quitely, quite frankly. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I think this is something that I would definitely be looking out for. All right. Let's see. What else is it? Oh, it looks like we are at that time where it came earlier today. But nonetheless, here it is. It is time for the penultimate book. Yes, sir. And now it is time for the penultimate book. And I have to ask you, TN, get your guess in now. This is because here's on the screen. It's too late now. I already exposed it. But this is the one maybe you were thinking of. What book is this? Did I surprise even you? Man, I'm honored. This is something that yay. This one is from Bad Idea, and it's from it's called The Oddballs Odyssey #1 from Tony Millionaire. Tony Millionaire, I don't know if you know who Tony Millionaire is. He is just this amazing cartoonist who's got this series of was it Drunk Duck or the other, it's a sock monkey, and it's like you got to use these characters, man. He draws like super intensely, kind of like James Stokoe or even Jorge Corona. You know, he's got that kind of a style. Same thing but different. You know, like he uses a lot of ink. The brother does not leave any blank spaces. Tony Millionaire, winner of Eisner Awards, winner of 5 Eisner Awards. Excuse the fuck out of me. Tony Millionaire, winner of 5 Eisner Awards, 3 Harvey Awards, and Ignatz. And a partridge in a freaking pear tree is the visionary cartoonist behind the critically acclaimed Sock Monkey graphic novels and the world-renowned Maki's comic strip. Collaborating with superstar colorist Jim Campbell, Over the Garden Wall, Millionaire nimbly fuses the master storytelling of Homer's The Odyssey with the surreal beauty and intricately rendered line work of Mobius's Arzak to deliver this breathtaking masterpiece. Divine Providence has finally done what no hangover ever could. Bobby Doherty is sober, but fate works fast, and it's not long until Bobby tumbles back off the wagon. A single glance at the radiant swan, Lucia Serena Del Mar, gives the former booze hound monkey drunk on love and hopelessly devoted. When Lucia takes flight, Bobby refuses to let his chance at love slip through his fingers. Joined by his faithful friend, Jimmy Skunk, he sets off on a perilous journey across distant lands, through impossible labyrinths, over treacherous seas, and into the path of a vicious, fire-spitting minotaur in an epic quest to win Lucia's heart. 56 pages, $7.99. Now, there's some nice, I think I may have bought almost every one. I bought at least 3 of these covers too. This is an $8 book too. I got, you know, my comic shop gives you a 30%, 35% discount. So that's hard to turn down. So I ordered about maybe every one except one. I forget which one I did not buy. I bought almost every one of these covers because I love, you know, these strips and all that stuff. Would you look at next week's? Oh, okay. You probably would, if you had looked at it. Yep, this is probably the one you would go with. Yep. So, The Oddballs Odyssey. This one here is, I think it's by Hergé. It is Hergé. If you know Tintin, Hergé's Adventures of Tintin. I mean, how they work in other creators into doing these covers, or maybe just like somehow, I don't know, license these covers. This is the actual Hergé cover here. And then there's what's this? The UB iWorks Old Masters variant. This is a classic Mickey Mouse, who I believe is in the public domain now. Tintin may be in the public domain too, at least that early version of Tintin. Not sure, but I know this version of Mickey Mouse, I think, is in the public domain. And then there's this one which I really love. This is I know order of this one. This is Winsor McCay Old Masters variant. Winsor McCay is creator of this comic strip from the 1920s, I want to say, called Little Nemo in Slumberland. And I tell you, it's about this kid who dreams, and every comic strip is like, I think mostly was Sunday strips too. They were all in color. And every one of his strips that Winsor McCay drew were like this kid's dreams. Now, I've had dreams like this too, so I can totally relate. That's why I love the dream, you know. I remember some people talking about, like, even at the show you were at TN, one of the comedians said that, you know, he smokes weed because it makes him not dream. I can't, like, dude, why would you want to do that? Thank God it doesn't have the same effect on me. I love to dream, and just like it's like a trip. You don't have to like pay any money to take. Just like go on that trip and come back every night. Oh, every morning as fresh as a daisy. Like, oh wow, that was something. That was interesting. And here's like his bed walking out the door. See the streetcars in the background and stuff. Yeah, and there's like buildings and shit. Winsor McKay, look up that name if you want to see some like really classic art. And this is like before there was even such a thing as a comic book. This was from the comic strips of the 1920s. And this one here is E.C. Segar. I think, is that the Popeye? Yeah. It's E.C. Segar. This is I think this version of Popeye is probably in the public domain too. This is olive oil, and is it Wimpy maybe without his derby? Yeah. So this is interesting here. I mean, Tony Millionaire, you know about like for real underground indie cartoonists. He's been doing this for a minute, and his Mackie strip and the sock monkey and all that jazz. He's been doing that for a minute, and this looks interesting. I don't think I've ever read the Odyssey, nor have I seen the movie, but but I would definitely be picking this up for sure, as we know, since I've already bought a few covers of this issue. So that's it. That is your penultimate book for this evening. And I think this deserves a lookup for some folks who don't know about these creators. All right, coming down the last stretch for the last book, Warbird, Roots of Madness. That is Stephanie Williams' very well done all ages book. And then the Street Sharks Annual. Street Sharks, shout out. Man, Street Sharks is just like so incredibly crazy popular. I'm just blown away about how many views that Street Shark short that we did got the most views of any of the shorts I've ever done. Rocketeer, I think we were talking about that last week, but it didn't come out. It was supposed to come out. Mind Management Fort Cycle Special. Wow, that looks interesting. This is some stuff I want to get just to, I don't know. There's nothing collectible, but I just want to read it. It's like, that looks interesting as hell. Mind Management Fort Cycle. I don't know nothing about that. 51, number 2. 51 is a book I still can't find. I'm looking to get the second print, which I think is also solicited for this week, next week. Murder Drones, I haven't read number 1 yet. I want to find out for sure if it's any good, because I hope it doesn't suck. I'm probably not going to buy any other issues of it anyway. But I would like to read it since I've already bought 1 copy of it, or 2. Elric, the Sleeping Sorceress. I don't know anything about that. Interesting, but I don't know anything about it. Septus Tank. Yada, yada, yada. Exploit. I found Exploit. Where'd I find that? Maybe on my comic shop. So it'll be coming next month for me. Number 1. Honor and Curse number 2. That was not bad. That was it was definitely a wait and see, because the art was good and the story seemed good, but just was pretty much just one of those books that they didn't talk about a lot other than what they gave you in a synopsis. So I want to see what issue number 2 gives me. Flash door on the camera. Savage Tales, giant size Savage Tales from Dynamite. It was interesting, but Dynamite can be a little deceiving sometimes. Where is that book? Oh yeah, they're reprinting Dark Knight Returns number 3. I love that cover, that Frank Miller cover there. Where's that book I saw yesterday? Vampires Carmilla number 33. So hey, remember number 32, I think I have we talked about today. And finally, I think I see the book I was looking for. No, not Eurotech, number 5, which is got those interesting covers. DCKO Battle Boss number 1, second printing. They still have it. The Superman and Batman. I think it's, oh man, the Digger, another ghost for me. I can't find the Digger number 1 or 2 anywhere on my comic shop, and I'm probably to order it from, I don't know, Invader Comics, I guess. Invader Comics is got some stuff that I want to get, and I can't find it. Last book. Oh man, there's a lot of books this week. Do Not Disturb number 3. I've read number 2 already. Amazing, love it. The detective who's dead and is haunting a hotel. 51 number 1, second printing. I hope to goodness I can find that because I want to be able to read that story. Tiger's Island number 3 coming out with that number 1, I should say, third printing. And here we go. Finally, we're at the point I want to look at here, which is Space Minotaur number 1. Last book on the list. Swear to God. All right, Space Minotaur, Invader Comics. Invader Comics is like, it's coming like what's the other one? Ignition Press. Ignition Press came out of nowhere. Not Invader Comics, coming with Do Not Disturb and all this good stuff, the Digger. He's back, and he's a space hero. If you thought he died in the labyrinth, you were wrong. Invader Comics presents 2 tales from the life of the Minotaur. The first takes Space Minotaur to the planet Panoptos, where he investigates a planetary disturbance. The second, a tale from his days as a suit actor on a 1970s tokusatsu show, what in the hell that is, prepare for the might of the Minotaur. The might of the effing Minotaur. The creative team is Keith Foster and Rory Smith. 48 pages, $8. And it has another variant here. Space Minotaur. This could be a Saturday morning cartoon. At least a cartoon of some sorts. And a 1 in 5 by the same creator, Rory Smith. So this was doing all the covers. He's doing the interior art. It looks good. Looks good. I mean, they kind of hint that there have been Space Minotaur books before, or maybe in some other series, but it doesn't have any discussion about where they might have been. But yeah, there you go. I mean, Space Minotaur. I mean, I tune in just for that. I don't need anything else. Just give me this damn Space Minotaur. I'm happy with that. And I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this week, which we got through okay. Phil, I hope you're feeling better, my friend. I hope you're well and on the mend. And man, we didn't even have Roscoe on Monday night either. Maybe that's why. But hey, you guys who came out, who are watching on the replay, earthquake. You guys who were watching on the replay, who checked in at the end or came in at the beginning and stayed the whole time, but just poked your head in and said hello, what's up? Thank you. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And next week, Thomas, maybe Thomas will be here. Hope you're feeling better. hope you don't get sick, I should say. I hope Phil's feeling better. I hope you're feeling good and you'll be able to make it next week. Otherwise, just be me and Felix again. So he's over there sleeping like a little angel. You wouldn't think he's like a little devil sometimes. So that's it. Man, stay away from AI Jesus. Read your comic books. Do whatever you want with your comic books. They're yours. I cut mine up and make them into buttons sometimes. They're mine, damn it. You can do whatever you want with your comic books. Read them, sell them, whatever you want to do with them. But enjoy them nonetheless. And hey, and just take care of yourselves and each other. And God willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll be back again to do this thing again next week. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to do that myself. Catch up on a few things. So until then, peace and love. Peace and love. Thanks for coming out. Love all you guys. Good night, everybody.
you, Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!
Is a fire really necessary?
Ask them.